What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video in Pet Paradise, guys, where today I'm back with another care guide. It's been a while since I've done these, but without further ado, let's get on with it. Today I'm going to be covering the topic of the Jack Dempsey Cichlid. So if that sounds interesting to you guys, let's jump right into the video. Cue the intro. Alright guys, so we're going to start this care guide just like normal, obviously. I've played around with some new things. I'm going to put some new video footage of the Jack Dempsey that I have blue, my personal Jack Dempsey, and with a little bit of stories about my Jack Dempsey, just to give you guys as an insight of what it's like to own a Jack Dempsey. So if you guys want to really have an honest opinion about it, I can not get any more honest about it than probably what I'm going to talk about in this video. So without further ado, I'm going to start about the origin of the Jack Dempsey. It's just a fun fact. Like I said in multiple of my videos, it's not going to help you in any way because these fish have not seen parameters like their home continents or home areas. They've been locally bred or even bred overseas in different parameters, but they did come from North America and Central America, but now they started off in Central America. Sorry, I meant to say they started off in Central America and then they moved and scattered all the way to North America. So right here, because people just put them in the mainstreams, they just release them, and now they're everywhere, just like most fish. For water parameters, I'd just like to say that these guys can survive a really wide range of it. They can go from neutral 7 to a high of 8. So they can deal with some basic, highly basic water parameters. But obviously, if you guys are going to keep them, I suggest keeping them within the 7.2 to 7.8. That's going to be most comfortable. I don't like playing around with water parameters, but most likely if you're in North America or whatever, you may have very soft waters like around the neutral area, so that should be fine. But water parameters, it's kind of, they're hardy, but at the same time, don't take advantage of their hardiness. They can survive into the lowest temperature being 20 degrees to the highest being 30 degrees, and that's Celsius, by the way. For Fahrenheit, that's about 72 Fahrenheit to 86 Fahrenheit. Filtration, I would not do anything lower than a canister or a sump, because sump is like, if you can go to a sump, I would suggest so, but a canister, one canister should be fine. And because these guys can be very messy eaters, such like the Oscars or the Jaguars or stuff like that. They can be very messy, so obviously providing filtration that can accommodate that is obviously key. And for tank size, these guys are 7-inch fish, 7-inch to 10 inches they get to. So I would suggest maybe a 75 minimum, bare minimum, nothing lower. If you really have to go lower, then a 55. But if you guys are able to provide for them, if you guys want this fish, you should be able to provide the bare minimum of 75, nothing lower. That's what they're going to be most comfortable with, and I would suggest only one Jack Dempsey in a 75. Even though they are such a small fish, temperament can also be a factor of what makes or breaks your tank. But we're going to get into the temperament later. Diet, I would say they need a very balanced diet of both greens and protein, but mostly on the protein heavy side, because just like most cichlids, like I said again, the Oscars, the Jaguars, the Red Devils, Midas cichlids, just all those green terrors, honestly, like, they pretty much all have a similar diet. So keeping them just basically means you need that type of diet. I would say balanced, but go a little bit higher up in the protein sides. Temperament now, I'm just going to say that their temperament, my Jack Dempsey Blue, very, very, very docile, not really too aggressive. Like, when I mean not too aggressive, I mean for the most part, he'll be just swimming around. But obviously, if one of the fish picks on him, like the red devil or the Oscars, like he will hold his ground. Like, he is not going to let them beat on him, but at the same time, he's not going to pick a fight. He's more of like, if you attack me, that's when I'll attack you type thing. Most of the time, Jack Dempsey's, the reason why they got their name is because of the boxer Jack Dempsey, because of their attitude. But I mean, maybe in the older days when like they were just wild fish and not bred in captivity, then they were probably given most suited that name. But right now, present time, these guys can be very docile. I mean, I'm not saying that they can't be aggressive. I've heard a lot on YouTube's different stories of people having super aggressive Jack Dempseys that you can only keep in a tank and nothing else. But mostly the more common Jack Dempseys that I've seen a lot of people keep are the Jack Dempseys that are just docile. Like I said before, if they get attacked, that's the only time they will attack back. But they won't go around picking fights like a red devil would more, or a jaguar. They're more tank mate friendly, but at the same time, do take precautions, because if it can fit in their mouth, they will eat it at the same time. But yeah, that kind of leads on to my next topic, tank mates. With these guys being some docile fish, they can do well with a good amount of tank mates, but obviously nothing like tetras or anything like that. When I mean tank mates, I mean like other cichlids like Oscars, jaguar, the red devil cichlid, green terrors, terrors in general, Texas, Severums. They can live with those fish because they're not going to necessarily pick on them. It's more so the fish that's going to pick on your Jack Dempsey kind of thing. But like I said, I do caution restraint on most fish because, like I said, you could have a Jack Dempsey that could kill your tank and basically be the only thing that is in your tank. I mean, at the same time, there's no complaint about that because these guys are very nice. I'm going to slap up a video here of Blue with my other tank mates, Sunshine, the lemon Oscar, Tigger, the tiger Oscar, Delta, sorry, a lot of names, Delta, the jaguar cichlid, Jewel, the green terror, and plecos, one pleco and an algae eater. So that's basically there. And they're honestly doing really, really well with each other. Sometimes the Red Devil and the Jack Dempsey go at it, but realistically, the Jack Dempsey isn't the main aggressor in that tank. It's one of the least aggressors. So that's just my personal experience. Like, obviously, that's not going to be the same for everyone else. Like, I'm going to repeat through all this whole video. If it's one thing you're going to take away from this video is that all Jack Dempseys are different. Do not associate mine being the one that's going to be that you're going to get. Like, you could get a really aggressive Jack Dempsey. I'm just saying most of the time that's not the case. But there is always that oddball Jack Dempsey. Going back on feeding, actually, these guys are really fun to feed. Like, I have some videos of them feeding today. Usually, it's not one of my best feeding videos. I just try to get as bunch of angles as possible, but usually what ends up happening is that the Jack Dempsey Blue likes to come and eat the top water pellets and the bottom pellets. I feed them two different types of pellets. It's the same brand. It's just the different types. I have floating and I have sinking for the fish that don't like to come at the top and eat. But like the Oscars, the Jack Dempsey, the Red Devil comes up and eats that. And then for the bottom, obviously, they'll all eat it, but the bottom sinking pellets are mainly for the Jaguar and Jewel. The Green Terror, just because they simply do not eat from the top. I've tried so many times, they do not eat from the top. So yeah, they're really fun to feed. They're very great fish to keep. Obviously, if you feed them the right way, that will be more than enough to keeping them in their long lifespan. Blue, I haven't had as a Jack Dempsey from like a baby hatchling or a fry. I've actually gotten him as a full-on, close to be fully grown to fully grown Jack Dempsey. He was just a fish at Big Al's that wasn't really. I'm guessing like the fish was like abandoned, and then they brought him in, and then just to get rid of him. But honestly, even though that Jack Dempsey most likely probably went back to the fish store because it was a problem to their tank, or they just didn't have a large enough tank for it. But most likely what ends up happening is that if the fish is the main aggressor, it just goes back to the fish store. But when I brought him in here, the Oscars were a little, he fought a little bit with the Oscars. He fought a little bit with every single fish there, but the main purpose of, I guess, Titan, the Red Devil, she kind of mellowed things out a bit and like kept the somewhat balanced. But they all kind of work in their ways. And honestly, I love the Jack Dempsey. It's one of my favorite fish in the hobby. It's one of my favorite fish in that tank. Obviously, the first one's being the Oscar, but close second, maybe close third in the tank. I hope you guys did enjoy this quick care guide. Depending how long this video actually comes out, it may be a quick care guide. But if you guys do want to see more of these and you guys are new, don't forget to punch that subscribe button. Join Pet Paradise, as we are all a big pet lover family. Don't forget to punch that like button if you guys enjoyed the video. That definitely helps me out in letting me know what you guys want to see more of. And if you guys have any questions, concerns, stuff like that, just drop them down in the comments below. I will read every single one and I will get back to you as soon as I see it, basically. That's all from me, guys. Hope you guys enjoy your weekend, and I will see you in the next one. Peace, guys.